To recording these in new places, because my oh my. Okay, so let's get on this roller coaster because last week was a rough one. That led to this week's lessons of being a baddie adult as I took care of every single important detail while being under constant stress, lack of sleep, and learning how to deal with real life haters. Just think, while you've been getting down and out about these liars and the dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat. You know exactly what song this is. It's definitely Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. And I was just thinking about the song on repeat. It played over and over again as a reminder of shaking it off time and time again. Even though when the beast, or at least that's what it felt like at that very moment in time, was coming directly at me to break me, the turnaround of getting back up was exquisitely fast and hardcore. Like I just surprised myself for the first time ever, again, at least is what it felt like, since I feel things so deeply and quickly. I actually celebrated my win as fast as I could because I handle things with grace and boundaries at once. Astonishing, am I right? Lessons also included to relax and take a breather. Nothing is as serious as most things, but one have a solution, one way or another. So within the stress of it all, after taking care of it all, I chose to take the relaxed route and fully understand that everything happens for a reason. So why not embrace it and move along? AKA, shake it off, right? I also left you with a cliffhanger, so let's dive in. I chose to talk about mental health and about therapy, about breaking generational curses, about speaking up for yourself, about setting boundaries, about loving yourself, about all these things and then some. Talk the talk and walk the walk. When I choose to do this, I know I chose it, I knew I chose it, and I know I'm choosing it because it's written in my heart. It was written in the depths of my soul. It is something that I had in me all along, at all times throughout the centuries of histories, all along. Oh, I'm still a bit fluttered, but here I go anyway. So, the way I choose to show up in this world is made for me, and it is a tool to help each other out along the way. Same goes for you, all of you. This is why I talk about these things. With this, talking about celebrating my wins, I also have to remind myself that I've brought onto my podcast and platforms people who are therapists, activists, community drivers, and world changers in their very own way. And as I stated, there are people for everything. So with that, I also got to remind myself that I am enough. What I post is enough, and what I'm doing is also causing a butterfly effect. Not because of all the comments I get from time to time, out of the blue, about something that I've said long ago and how it sparked a change, which is something I definitely have got to give myself more credit for. But it's also because we aren't all experts, nor we've been to college for these things. However, we are human beings, and as one myself, I experienced some harsh roller coaster rides that taught me how to get back up with tools like therapy. All this to say, by showing up as the person that I am, I'm also helping, contributing, looking out, standing up for what I believe in. I know when you look at my page, it's not like you can pinpoint what I talk about or where I'm from. I'm a multifaceted human where I choose to express the good and the bad in any way, shape, and form that I feel like it. Also in every platform, and also online and off. Just because I do raise my voice, volunteer, mentor, and more, doesn't mean that's the only thing or the first thing you will see about me. I am not a label, and I do not fit in one box. I did used to compare myself to those people whose feed were all about what they're fighting for again and again and again. And what I did realize over time, once again, comments do help. They actually do help at times to see these things, is that what I do share about mental health, about getting back up, about my feelings and my thoughts, about these topics, about haters and how to get rid of them and how to deal with them, is making a difference. All these things add up to make a huge difference. That's what the beauty of this roller coaster ride is about. And that is all I wanted with this. That's all I want to do with this career as well. But I was actually going to say with this channel, with everything I do. Because this is what my heart and soul was set out to do. Much like Moana in the sea, I am Ariadna and hear me roar. I'm here as an artist, a creator, an activist, a mentor, a human, sharing feelings and bearing my all, because that is the way I know how to help best. through the good and the bad of being online and being known around the world for it, I am here. As a matter of fact, the more I do stand up and share these thoughts out loud in public, the more I stand up here and show myself, tears, dances, and all, the more I write, create, share, produce, the more we win. Yes, you heard it correctly. The more we win. We, as you and me, because we're a community. Yay! Because you're here right now, either reading to this or listening to this. You have felt these emotions too. So sharing these thoughts of a fully rocky week of a roller coaster ride, I'm happy to do so, no matter how emotional I've gotten along the way. Haters are there, and that's something we have to deal with. And like a friend said, imagine you're in the street and you see a dog doing number 2. You say, ew, and move on. This is the same. Treat them the exact same way. You see it, you're like, ugh, bye, Felicia. And then you move on, basically. Because this is exactly who I am. I just continue being myself, shaking it off and standing my ground, sharing real life with you. You've also felt all these emotions, of all kinds, of course. So why not share it with you too and continue creating a safe space? It's definitely worth it. Also, shout out to all the people who have helped me and my family this week. That story is for another video, for another day, another lesson. But let's shout out, or let's point out the last stranger I talked to on that very dark and very happy day. Once again, that was a roller coaster of a day at the same time. Goodness. So, they said they were so happy to be over 60 because they can truly be themselves. And I looked back at them and I said, why don't I start now? And since then, I've been reflecting on this and all the ways I can show up being myself. And this is one of them. And I love to see how I can continue so we can truly experience this joy right now and not only after 60. Like the song says, but I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. And of course, I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet. That's what they don't see.